Our next topic is minimum standards. And Leah, obviously everyone's standards are different, not just when it comes to property, but in life and everything. Is there a set guideline of what standard the property must be in before the renter moves in?
Yeah, so moving forward, we're seeing there is the introduction of 14 new minimum standards. And of those minimum standards, it includes things like, really simple things like making sure the toilet is fully working and is connected to a septic sewer system, making sure that there are a certain amount of burners in a kitchen, making sure there is reasonable supply of hot and cold water. And it goes on to also include things like additional ventilation in a property. All properties have to be structurally sound.
Not all minimum standards are coming into effect straight away, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, Angela. So it is allowing investors to save and prepare for the introduction of some of these additional minimum standards. So the two that come to mind are the installation of the window coverings. So window coverings to any room that would be deemed to be a bedroom, and also the living area needs to be a block out and ensure that they've got privacy. And also we're seeing the introduction of the supply of the circuit breakers into all properties. So investors actually have 2 years to plan, budget and implement those changes. We also have heating coming in as a minimum standard. There's also some guidelines on timeframes on those as well.
And Leah, what items need to be disclosed to the renter before entering a rental agreement?
Yeah, so this is a really new area for the property management space. So there is around 15 items that need to be disclosed, and they include things around if the property is an embedded network. So if you have a set supplier for your gas and electricity in a unit complex, more common in a unit complex than a standalone home. If the property has had a homicide in the property in the last 5 years, you need to supply copies of the Owners Corporation rules. You need to disclose if there has been any reports around asbestos on the property, if there's been any drug cultivation in the last 5 years. It also goes on to talk about the disclosure of cladding requirements and if there's any notices and if there's any disputes. So there is a long, lengthy disclosure list now moving forward, and it's really important that the landlord and the property manager or the residential rental provider and the property come together to have those discussions.
Excellent.